Okay guys, I'm fixing to head up the road, pouring down raining. You might know they sent my wood splitter to me in the rain, and I got to drive up the road in my tractor with a forklift to go get it out of a truck up on the main blacktop because he can't get down in here and it wet. So here I go. I get to carry a plastic bag and a rain jacket and go get wet. Hello everybody, this is Danny from Deep South Homestead. We're out here today under the new addition of the barn. Going to be putting together a wood splitter that we ordered. This is our second one. First one kind of like, it's called the Dirty Hands variety, guys. If you go to buy those, I really don't recommend them because it lasted about 15 minutes and the hydraulic pump blew wide open on it. Sprayed oil everywhere. So we went with the Champion from Home Depot. We ordered it. They came in as a kit. And we get to put it together, and I have my friend Patrick here. His wife's with us today visiting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this opportunity to put this thing together, me and him, because it's really a two-person job. It's kind of hard to do it by yourself because it's just so heavy. So Patrick and I today we're going to be putting this thing together, and I hope y'all enjoy watching a log splitter being put together. Okay guys, first thing you want to do when you uncrate one of these things is make sure that all the parts are here. So we've done that, we've laid everything out, looks like everything's here. Looks like all the accessories are with it, all the oil, everything. First thing we done was we took the reservoir tank, which is part of the frame assembly, Patrick and I did, and set it up on top of the crate. We're going to be installing the wheels on it. Now when you install the wheels on any piece of equipment, make sure the valve stems are pointing toward the outside of the trailer whenever you put it on. And then when you put it on, the adjustment of the bearings is extremely essential to it, because if you get the bearings too hot and you go to pulling it, what's going to happen is the bearings are going to overheat and you're going to end up burning up your bearings and have a failure down the road. So we're going to ease that up on there. You can see the grease that comes out of here, and what I'm going to do is put this back in the cap. Now that we have that on, we're going to stick our castle nut on it. We're going to turn it. You can see Patrick's kind of wobbling it there. Kind of helps to work some of the grease out of it.
I gotta come back a little bit more, I think.
What you want to do is you want to tighten this thing hand tight. When it comes hand tight, you just stop And when you want to check, there's no play in the bearing. That's one thing you want to make sure of. Now, a new bearing, doesn't hurt to have a new bearing just a little bit tight because it will wear pretty quick. And seat, if it's an old bearing, you do not want to tighten it too tight because it's already wore. So what we've done, the castle nut, if you look here, I don't know if you can see it, there's a hole in the shaft and it does not quite align up with the castle nut. So what we're going to do is get a wrench and we're going to turn this to the next place right there and stick the cotter pin down through it. And I think that'll be perfectly fine for the tightness of it. Right there. See if it still spins. Does that still spin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's no slack in it. Okay. We're going to drop the cotter pin in. We're going to get a pair of pliers now. We're going to bend these ears completely back around the nut. And that will be, and then we're going to put the cap over it. And that will be the, and I may take the grease that's left over in the cap and kind of push it back in around this here. And I may even put it in the cap. Just to make sure that we don't lose any of our grease out of here. Guys, when you put these caps on, you want to kind of be careful and not damage them. And plus you have to make sure they start straight. If they don't start straight, they will not work. Next thing we're going to be doing is taking these two bolts out right here, and we're going to stick the tongues through it and go ahead and bolt them down, and then we'll have it at least then where we can start to maneuver it. Okay guys, the next thing is to put the jack stand under it. We're going to pick it up. I'm going to let Patrick let it down here to where he thinks level is at.
About there.
Okay. We'll stick our cotter pin in it. Okay guys, what we have here, this is a Nifty lift system that we have here, made in the United States by our veterans. It's a fantastic little block and tackle system. It's a small paracord that's supposed to lift up to 700 pounds. We're using that to hold up our cylinder system and our the heavy part of our log splitter that we can't handle by hand. So we're going to be taking this and we're going to be letting it down onto the trailer here and putting the bolt in it. So it worked out good. So we're gonna take this off now, see if we can't get our bolts tightened down in this, and move on to the next phase. Okay guys, we're ready to set the engine on here and get it mounted before we actually start hooking up any kind of hoses or anything. We got a kit over there, it's got some bolts in it, I think, that we're gonna get this baby bolted on with. Okay guys, this is called a suction hose. It's not really under any pressure. It just lets the hydraulic oil go back into the tank here, and it's just put on with hose clamps. So we're gonna just we're gonna get that put on here and clamp down. Okay, and then we're just going to tighten these clamps down on this right here, and that will be that phase of it. You want to make sure your clamp is in front of that rib that's on the pipe there, so that when you tighten it down, it makes a good seal and it doesn't leak. Okay guys, we're putting the log shelf on now. It's a lot easier when you got two people doing something, because it'd be hard to hold that and start the bolts yourself. Okay guys, we're going to be putting the engine oil in. Got a little funnel in here. They sent us a funnel with it, and that's a good deal. Okay. We're going to put the hydraulic oil in it now. Have my handy dandy little funnel from Deep South Homestead. Okay guys, got all the oil in now. We've got our Teflon tape here. We're going to put it on our plug to go in the hydraulic tank, and next thing you do will be put some gas in it and fire this baby up and see what it does. And when you put the Teflon tape on, make sure you put it on in the direction that you're going to be tightening the nut down because of the bolt, because if you don't, you'll just unscrew it right back off of it. So, thank you guys, Deep South Homestead.